SVG-TV News headlines, sponsored in part by Flo.
In headlines, SVG welcomes Ghana's president today and continues to celebrate securing a seat as a non-permanent member on the UN Security Council. No extension of Venezuelan registration in Trinidad and Tobago, as Attorney General Al-Wari warns some of the migrants are linked to certain crimes in the country. Hong Kong extradition bill debate delayed after massive protests. And in sports, David Warner hit century as Australia beat Pakistan in ICC World Cup. These and other stories coming up in SVG TV Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline, sponsored in part by Flo.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Wednesday, June 12th, 2019. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. The President of Ghana, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is on a two-day official visit to SVG as he seeks to further strengthen the diplomatic relations between both countries. The Ghanaian president arrived at the Argyle International Airport at about 10 a.m. today and were involved in a packed program of activities which include a lecture at the SVG Community College, a special sitting of Parliament, and a tree planting exercise at the Botanical Gardens. Larissa Poggs the Kid tells us more on these activities in this report.
Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo and his delegation were greeted at the Argyle International Airport by a guard of honor led by SVG's Governor General Sir Frederick Ballantyne. Prime Minister Dr. Radwan Zalb's opposition leader Dr. Gordon Friday, members of parliament, other government officials along with students and members of local African groups were also on hand to welcome the Ghanaian president to SVG. After the welcoming parade at the Argyle International Airport, the Ghanaian president and his delegation were taken to the SVG Community College, where he delivered a public lecture on the historical linkages between Ghana, Africa and the Caribbean. Ghana is this year commemorating 400 years since the first slaves left Africa for the Americas. It was during the lecture that President Akufo-Addo called on Vincentians to visit Ghana and join in the commemoration of the event.
There are a series of events taking place this year which will commemorate that fundamental experience. So I came here to tell you about the year of the Third, and to invite any of you who are so minded to come and join us in Accra and in Ghana this year.
President Akufo-Addo, who paid a visit to SVG 18 years ago, praised the government for what he termed the transformation that has taken place in SVG since he was last here. He also congratulated SVG on its election to the UN Security Council. President Akufo-Addo said one of his reasons for his visit to SVG is a promised return visit made to Prime Minister Dr. Radwan Zalb, who visited Ghana in November last year. The Ghanaian president said the other reason is to further strengthen the diplomatic relations established between SVG and Ghana on August 1st, 2008.
I began in my office in Accra as to what we need to do to strengthen economic relations between us. It's important for all of us to recognize that there is a great potential in the relations between those of us in the South, and that the relations of exploitation that we have had systematically with the North can be replaced by fruitful and productive relations between those of us in the South.
President Akufo-Addo later attended a special sitting of Parliament. Prior to the sitting, there was a military band parade where the Ghanaian president was given a gun salute. Inside Parliament, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves and Leader of the Opposition, Dr. Godwin Friday, spoke on expectations of further strengthening relations with Ghana.
Of the political economy of a dominant globalized monopoly capitalism induce African and Caribbean peoples to work closer with each other in our own strategic interests. Challenges and opportunities abound. It is against this compelling backdrop that I have proposed the establishment of a permanent ABCD Commission of Africa, Brazil, the Caribbean, and the diaspora of Africans.
What we are doing here today, by strengthening ties that have a deep history, is writing a chapter with a more positive and hopeful story.
President Akufo-Addo thanked the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition for making him feel at home. The President was later expected to visit the Botanical Gardens for a tree planting exercise and participate in a cocktail reception at the official residence of the Prime Minister. Reporting for SVG-TV News, Larissa Pogsley-Kidd.
We will have more on the Ghana's president visit to SVG in tomorrow evening newscast. In other news, the government of SVG is not taking a transactional approach to its membership on the United Nations Security Council. So says Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves at a ceremony held at the Argyle International Airport on Sunday on his return from a meeting of the UN Security Council in New York, where a vote was held on Friday and SVG was successful in its bid for a seat as a non-permanent member on the council after a 10-year campaign. SVG is the smallest island state to occupy a non-permanent seat on the UN Security Council and will serve for a period of 2 years commencing January 2020. The Security Council is one of the organs designed to promote and maintain peace and security worldwide. PM Gonsalves said SVG is committed to the fundamental principles of the UN Charter and will do its part to solve issues by peaceful means. Highlighting some of the rules of the UN Charter, PM Gonsalves said it is important for countries like SVG to champion the cause of international laws.
And no force should be used except as prescribed by the Charter. That is, as a matter of self-defense, or if the Security Council determines that there is a responsibility to protect, that there is an egregious sets of breaches of human rights, that it reaches to a level that the Security Council will sanction some intervention. In other words, we have to be within the framework of international law. Because without international law, our sovereignty and independence means very little, because anybody can bully us. And then, of course, there's the important question of the security consequences arising from climate change, which is an existential question for us.
Responding to some persons who question the benefits to SVG being on the Security Council, PM Gonsalves said the country will not be taking a transactional approach as a non-permanent member, but one which promotes peace in all lands.
I hear people ask the question, what is the benefit to St. Vincent and the Grenadines who are sitting on the Security Council? Now I want to tell you up front that I am not adopting, and the government is not adopting, a transactional approach. We are not telling you that St. Vincent is going to get money because it's going on the Security Council. That's not the reason. The reason is to be there at the table with a perspective of a small island developing state from the Caribbean, and that by being there we can contribute to peace and security in the world, which will redound to the advantage of all of us, including St. Vincent and the Grenadines. If you have a war in the Middle East, the prices of oil go up, your fuel surcharge goes up, your commodities become more expensive. An example, there are many others.
The Prime Minister further stated that along with promoting peace and security, he looks forward to putting forward SVG's position to see reform in the structure of the UN Security Council.
There are 5 prominent members, the victorious countries after the Second World War, that have a veto power. Each of them has a veto power. That is the nature of the structure. St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been looking at the matter of the reform of the Security Council. And we are within many states in the United Nations which are interested in reforming organs of the United Nations, including the Security Council. And there are different perspectives. But we, for instance, we would like to see consideration given for small island developing states to have a very special position at the Security Council. Africa has its own perspective on this matter, and other countries in the world. But that is why we will have interesting debates and discussion.
Meanwhile, Minister of Finance and Economic Planning, Camilo Gonzalez, said many countries worldwide face problems such as war, terrorism, migration, and climate change, and SVG will have the opportunity to lend support in solving some of the global issues as a non-permanent member on the UN Security Council. Speaking with SVG-TV News at a cleanup activity at the Brighton Beach on Saturday, Minister Gonzalez said securing a seat on the Council is a great diplomatic accomplishment for SVG and the OECS on a whole. He said SVG will be able to bring a fresh perspective to some of the issues which plague many countries today.
It's a boost to our prestige, but most importantly, it brings a perspective to matters of international peace and security. That look, every challenge, you don't have to throw money at it, or you don't have to throw guns at it. Sometimes the perspectives from small islands that have solved some of the ethnic challenges, some of the racial challenges, some of the areas, the fault lines internationally that have caused some of the wars around the world. Islands have answers to some of these challenges, and instead of saying let's send another 100,000 troops or let's spend another $1 billion, we'll say, well, maybe we should talk to one another, maybe we should sit down and try to resolve this thing peacefully. And the perspective of a small country and an island country is something that is hardly ever present on the Security Council, and we're really optimistic that we can bring a breath of fresh air, a new perspective, and some new solutions to some of the challenges that have been bedeviling us.
The Ministry of Education today issued an advisory through its media unit stating that due to technical challenges with the processing of the data for the Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment (CPEA), the Caribbean Examination Council has informed them of a delay in the release of this year's results, which should have been made on or before June 7th. The ministry said the council has given the assurance that it is making every effort to have the quality assurance processes completed within the shortest possible time, and has extended to the ministry an apology for any inconvenience that this delay may cause. The ministry said it will notify all stakeholders as soon as the results become available. Fisherman's Day 2019 hails a success, with Sand Hill Fisherman copping the Fisherman of the Year award. There's another stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
News sponsored in part by Flow.
Death is a fact of life. Even though death is a fact of life, that doesn't make it any easier. When dealing with the loss of a loved one, you may try to be strong, but it's really hard sometimes. But that's just when the experience of the staff at New Haven Funeral Home can demonstrate their compassion and help to guide your family through the difficult time. So in your time of loss, call the New Haven Funeral Home at 457-1830. or 458-1467, or email newhavenfuneralhome@gmail.com. New Haven Funeral Home, SVG's preferred funeral home.
Star Limited is now located on the 3rd floor of the first St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products to furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the first St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. C-Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
Kidney disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionssvg.org.
Sale, sale, sale! It's Island Style Interiors, hotly anticipated annual Carnival clearance sale. Building all renovated while others flat. Come get some of our best deals yet. Massive savings on tiles to be had with discounts of 15 to 35% off on overstocked or clearance ceramic and porcelain tile. Plus, buy all we have in low stock model and watch your discounts skyrocket with a huge 50% off. Sale starts now and goes up until Carnival Saturday. Call 457 Tile or visit us in the Adams Brothers Building, Honoursville.
Singer is your family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances, TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
With your eyes on me, I never need The health of your eyes greatly impacts your daily life, from driving, watching television to texting. At Imperial Optical Inc., we promise you the best in eye care. Our trained staff, in-house ophthalmologist, optometrist, full-service lab and optical boutique position us to cater to your entire eye care. Understanding your needs and how to meet them, whether you require routine eye examination, prescription glasses, contact lenses, or sunglasses. You can choose from a wide range of designer frames at affordable prices and be greeted with excellent customer service in an inviting atmosphere when you visit us opposite the Anglican Cathedral on 58 Granville Street, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., where your vision is our mission. Telephone 456-1882. Fax 456-2205.
Pete is a perfectionist and a profound performer who perseveres proudly, procuring a promotion per annum. Meanwhile, Freddie frustratedly fumbles to figure out his own formula for fulfillment. Pete preserves his prime physical condition by picking at perfect produce, perfecting posture while pumping ponderous poundages, pursuing personal peace, and prudently purchasing prime sleeping apparatus. Your best day starts tonight with a sleep-on-it mattress from Quartz.
Welcome back. The 44th National Fisherman's Day celebration was held on Monday, June 10th at the Kingston Fish Market, which attracted a large crowd. The fisher folk and authorities were satisfied with this year's event, noting the significant contributions of the fishing sector in the country's economic growth. At the prize-giving ceremony, the winners in the various categories of the Fisherman's Day competition received their awards, including the Fisherman of the Year. Larissa Pugsley-Kidd was there and files this report.
Fisherman's Day celebration 2019 started off around 3:30 on Monday morning, June 10th, for some 60 fishermen who participated in the day's fishing competition. The boats started to return to the Kingston port and then to the fish market just after lunch, to a large crowd waiting to purchase fish, which first had to be weighed. While some fishermen were not too pleased with their catch this year due to what they say were harsh conditions at sea, they were happy that all their fish were sold.
I say the water was very challenging today. There was some 3-6 foot swells out there today. About 100 and something people gathered around me one time, so it only took me 5 minutes to sell my 200 pound of fish today.
It wasn't all that good, but then you gotta give God thanks for whatsoever you got.
And in terms of sales, have you sold them already?
Yes, they're gone already. It wasn't enough.
Addressing the fisherfolk at the official prize-giving ceremony, Minister responsible for fisheries, Sabota Caesar, noted the continued progress taking place in the fishing industry and appealed to lending institutions to be more accommodating to fishermen.
But I want to report to the banks and the cooperatives that the fisher folk, they are ready to come for loans so that they can buy trawlers, they can expand their businesses, because as you see taking place throughout the entire country, fisheries and the blue economy is a significant growth area.
Minister Caesar also touched on Calico and Kingstown having separate activities for Fisherman's Day this year and how he felt about it.
I don't want any rift in the fishing community or any fight between the fisher folk, because united we stand and divided we will fall.
Also addressing the large gathering at the Kingston Market was Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, who said that this year's theme is fitting for Fisherman's Day as it highlights climate change and the effects it has on fisherfolk.
And if we are not careful, we can deplete the fish stocks. And in the case of this region, the one which we have to be very concerned about immediately is the conch. Because if you read it, you will see that in Jamaica, the extent of the conch is declining.
Meanwhile, Chairman of the Fisherman's Day Committee 2019, Raul Lewis, said he was overwhelmed by the turnout and noting that the day's activities were pleasing to the fisherfolk.
So happy
and so proud to see what happened here today. I was told that this could never happen in Kingston. After 10 years, this is the first time Fisherman's Day has been held in Kingston. It took a lot of work, but we made it happen. And I'm happy that all the customers can come out and get fish on a cheaper price.
Over 25,000 cash prizes were presented in 8 different categories for the Fisherman's Day competition. And this year's Fisherman of the Year went to Randolph Medford of Sion Hill, bringing a catch of 470 pounds of fish with his boat Elijah. He won a $10,000 cash prize, 1 case of outboard oil, a trophy, 3 life jackets and 2 cooler bags. A delighted Medford spoke to SVG-TV News about being named as this year's Fisherman's Day winner.
So this competition was nice, real nice. I worked hard whole week and it paid off. Well, for my son's future.
This year's heaviest single fish weighed in at 40 pounds. Patrons and vendors say they could not ask for a better location for the Fisherman's Day celebrations. Reporting for SVG-TV News, Larissa Pogsley-Kidd.
Meanwhile, at Calico, a fish fest was held to celebrate the fisher folk in that area. Member of Parliament for East St. George, Camilla Gonzalez, made it clear that the Fisherman's Day activities at Calico were not designed to be an alternative to the national celebrations held at Kingston, but part of the wider celebration to celebrate the nation's fisher folk. Delivering remarks at the ceremony held at the Calico playing field on Monday, June 10th, Minister Gonzalez said Calico is one of the communities which has a fine fishing tradition and the fisher folk in the area must be celebrated.
No matter where we have an official Fisherman's Day activity, we have to remember that on Fisherman's Day, we honor fisher folk all across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We honor the fisher folk in Barley, in Clay Valley, in Oria, in Beckway, in Kingston, and of course, we honor the fisher folk right here in Calico. This activity is not intended, as Winfield said, to be an alternate Fisherman's Day. But just like on Heroes Day, when you have an event in Dashter Hill, and you have an event in Greg's, and you have an event in Fancy, we believe that on Fisherman's Day, we must honor fisher folk all across St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Gonzalez said many of the prizes given out at the Calico Fish Fest are designed to assist fisher folk to be more productive and efficient with their trade. The East St. George MP said the marine space possesses tremendous resources which fisher folk can benefit from, and with the coming on stream of the Rainforest Seafood Processing Plant, the Calico community will be a shining example of a good livelihood for fisher folk.
The prizes we give out this year are going to be wire, so you can make more lobster pots. It's going to be support to help you become better and more productive and more efficient fisher folk. And what we want to say today is that fishing is a career that you can get into for the future. Right here in this area, we are essentially going to double the amount of fish that is caught in St. Vincent and the Grenadines at the Rainforest Seafood Plant. We're going to further enhance with Calfico the work done here in Calico. We're going to make fishing a viable livelihood for people all across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This ocean that we have is full of riches, and our brave fishermen and fisherwomen are the ones who go out there and harvest that fish to make us eat a healthy meal, and they are going to be the ones to drive our economy forward.
In other news, SVG joined the global celebration for Ocean Day on Saturday, June 8th, with several activities designed to help protect the natural environment and sensitize persons on the importance of the ocean space. There were several cleanup activities both on the mainland and in the Grenadines. One of the cleanup activities took place at the Brighton Beach. SVG-TV's Barvin Oliver was there and files this report.
Hundreds of persons, including students, community groups, sports teams, and staff of the Sustainable Development Unit, came together on Saturday, June 8th to conduct one of the largest beach cleanup exercises at Brighton Beach. as part of the local activities to celebrate Oceans Day. The Brighton Beach, which was once an excellent recreational spot, over time lost much of its natural appeal to pollution. MP for the area, Camila Gonzalez, was among those taking part in the day's cleaning-up activity. Minister Gonzalez said the degradation at the Brighton Beach was caused in part by the mining of sand in the area. He said the activity was one of the many strategies to return the beach to its natural beauty, and was delighted by how many young persons came out to support the activity.
First thing we did was we banned the mining of sand here at Brighton Bay, which was a wonderful accomplishment. And then once banned, the people in the community said yes, but the place is a mess. Let's try to restore the beach to its previous condition. Today, I thought World Oceans Day was a good day for us to mobilize some support, and you see we have over 300 people here, adults and children, youth groups, sports teams. It's an overwhelming show of support, and everybody's working hard, everybody's cleaning up, and I couldn't be happier. And the beach is already looking a lot better.
Gonzalez said he believes the cleanup exercise will go a long way in developing a love and appreciation for the natural environment amongst the youth.
If you look around here, about half of the people here are young children. And they will go back home and they will tell their friends that today they cleaned up a beach, and they'll be excited about that. And it gets into the culture that the environment is something that we have to treasure. It gets into the young people's minds that we have to protect our environment, that our coastline is precious, that these gifts that God gave us are precious. And once that gets into their head and they start thinking about cleaning it up, they're thinking about preserving it, the next generation is in good stead. Because the environment is not something you just use and it magically gets restored. We have to treat our gifts with respect and with gratitude.
Located near the Brighton Beach area is a small mangrove swamp. Mangrove swamps are known for maintaining life both on land and in the ocean, and Minister Gonzalez said work is underway to help restore the mangrove plants as well as plant life in general in the Brighton area.
So what we want to do is to rely on the expertise of the Susgren and the people who are down in Union Island, who have some experience in restoring mangrove, to come up here to see if they can plant some additional mangroves along there. And then along these dunes here on the beach, there was a lot of sea grape and fat pork that was shoveled away when they were doing sand mining. We want to start to replant that. If you look down at the front of the beach, you'll see that we have donations of a few sea grape trees, a few palm trees, and some fat pork plants. We're going to symbolically plant those today, but then we're going to try to do an extensive restoration, because if we can protect put back the natural protection of the dunes, we think the dunes will start to come back, the vegetation will start to come back, the wildlife will start to come back.
Saturday's activity at the Brighton Beach comes on the heels of a similar cleanup exercise conducted by the National Parks, Rivers and Beaches Authority on Friday at the Big Sands Beach in Sandy Bay. For SVG-TV Evening News, I am Bavin Oliver.
Thank you, Bavin. The police here are investigating the circumstances surrounding the shooting death of Shaquille Ellis, a 23-year-old vendor of Belair Otley Hall, which occurred on Monday, June 10th. The police say Ellis' body was discovered unresponsive in the vicinity of the public bath at Bottom Town, Kingston, with a gunshot wound about 11 p.m. on Monday. He was later pronounced dead. Ellis' death marks the third murder recorded in SVG for the year thus far. The police are seeking the assistance of the public with any information that can lead to the swift investigation and prosecution of this case. Persons with information are asked to contact the officer in charge of the Major Crimes Unit at telephone number 178-445-61810. That's 178-445-6180. The ACP in charge of crimes at 178-445-61339 or any police station. That brings us to the end of the local segment of our news. We heard that no extension of Venezuelan registration in Trinidad and Tobago, as the country's Attorney General warns some of the migrants are linked to certain crimes in TNT. That's in the region. When we return, stay with us.
That was the local news segment.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci thing. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci thing. Juicy.
Hello. Hello. What is going on? Hello.
No, hold on.
Hello? You still cannot hear me?
Now that's better. Now I can see you.
Oh my god, finally.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high quality video calling today. Stream, upload and share with Digicel super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicel.
Let's face it, things don't always go according to plan. Sometimes things go wrong, and sometimes things break. So whether you're a beginner or a pro, Gibson's Building Supplies has what you need. So it doesn't matter if it's heavy hardware or light hardware, we've got it all. So whether you can or you can't, we've got something you need. So come on in to Gibson's Building Supplies today.
Do you suffer from pain in your back, knees, or joints and need effective pain relief? Get your life back with Omega XL, a natural, safe, anti-inflammatory supplement. This small soft gel has up to 22 times more omega-3 free fatty acids than fish oil and is backed by 30 years of clinical research.
I can just tell you from my experiences, there's nothing like this Omega XL.
Live the life you deserve and get the relief you need. Get Omega XL now at your local pharmacy.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
This season, experience all the sports you love. Whether on a large screen or a mobile device, you've got the best seat in the house. Share the moment with you and your family from wherever you are with the latest products from Quartz. Get it now with Ready Finance. Don't miss a moment of the action. It's Sports Mania at Quartz, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Still going to town for hardware? No, you don't need to. Pinchers Hardware in Pembroke. It's your one-stop shop for all your hardware needs. We stock building materials, blocks, sand, and stones. Also plumbing and electrical fittings. We have automotive supplies too. And to make things easy, we will deliver to your location. Come on in or simply call us at 458-7591 or 533-1576. We are open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pinchers Hardware, located in Pembroke, where quality meets price.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited and Digicel SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one. prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Hello? What is going on? Hello?
No, hold on.
Hello? You still cannot hear me?
Now that's better. Now I can see you.
Oh my god, finally.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicel super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicel.
Welcome back. In our news from the region, we heard that Trinidad and Tobago continues to grapple with economic migrants since Venezuelans began to seek refuge in the country. And Attorney General Faris Alwari said TNT has seen an uptick in certain of the crimes as a result of some of the migrant issues. We have more in this report.
In seeking to manage a Venezuelan migration challenge, the country has now inherited another problem. While piloting debate on the bail amendment bill in the Senate on Tuesday, Attorney General Faris Alwari revealed there was a correlation between a spike in crime and migrants. It's the first such admission from the government.
It is a fact, having spoken with the Commissioner of Police today, that we have had a serious uptick in certain of the crimes as a result of some of the immigrant issues.
The Attorney General's comment comes just days after the murder of 29-year-old Venezuelan national Evelyn Rojas, allegedly at the hands of a Venezuelan man. Recent drug-related killings and the arrest of a Venezuelan gang leader in Point Fortin have also led to speculation that an increase in bloodshed was on the horizon. But according to the Attorney General, it is no longer speculation.
The numbers of murders have been noticed to have risen as a result of some of our migration issues. I'm not talking only about Venezuela, I'm talking about other positions.
But just a day before the Aegis revelation, National Security Minister Stuart Young said migrants, particularly Venezuelans, were not a major contributor to crime.
The Venezuelans are not the major cause of crime in Trinidad and Tobago, and what I can say, what we're doing to deal with it is, as I said this morning, we started off with a meeting with the heads of security, and one of the issues that we dealt with is how to deal with the continued suggestion that the Venezuelans are the source of all crime.
Crime has been one of the main topics among the public following government's announcement of its amnesty program, given this country's rising murder tolls over the years.
Meanwhile, Trinidad and Tobago's National Security Minister has made it clear that the government will not be extending the registration deadline for Venezuelan migrants. The 14-day registration kick-started on May 31st and will come to an end on Friday. Despite hundreds still awaiting registration, Minister Stuart Young insists the process continues to run smoothly at all locations. And that's the end of the regional news. We heard that Hong Kong extradition bill debate delayed after a massive protest. The international news is coming up next. Stay with us.
It was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited and Digicel SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Hello? What is going on? Hello?
No, hold on.
Hello? You still cannot hear me?
Now that's better. Now I can see you.
Oh my God, finally.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicel super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicel.
Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah, live it, love it, embrace it.
A new name in pharmaceuticals has come to SVG, and that name is Q-Care. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality. Q-Care Pharmaceuticals is located uptown Kingston on Halifax Street in the Gecko Building, right opposite the General Post Office. Q-Care opens Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays until 1:30 p.m. We fill your prescriptions promptly. We invite you to come in and experience the new standard in pharmaceuticals. Q-Care, where the Q always stands for quality.
Enter.
Sultana Alia.
Speak.
It is your humble servant, Chef Abdallah.
Kifek.
Please tell me what to prepare for the people.
Chef Abdallah, whatever you prepare for the Sultan, prepare for my people.
The Sultan Restaurant, serving up the best in local cuisine. Your own custom roti station and pizza station. Delicious kebabs, chicken shawarma wraps, hamburgers designed just the way you like it. Vegetarian, no problem. We got you covered too. Just in case you love to eat, come and test our buffet. Available every single day. Hosting an event and need personalized catering? Let the Sultan come to you. The Sultan Restaurant. Eat like a sultan.
Pete is a perfectionist and a profound performer who perseveres proudly, procuring a promotion per annum. Meanwhile, Freddie frustratedly fumbles to figure out his own formula for fulfillment. Pete preserves his prime physical condition by pecking at perfect produce, perfecting posture while pumping ponderous poundages, pursuing personal peace, and prudently purchasing prime sleeping apparatus. Your best day starts tonight with a Sleep-On-It mattress from Quartz.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carrez Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Carrez Distribution Limited.
Let's go further afield now. Hong Kong police have forced thousands of protesters away from the legislature building using tear gas and pepper spray to clear the area. Debate on the controversial extradition plan has been delayed as activists block politicians from entering the building. Chief Executive Carrie Lam has described the protests as organized riots and called for calm to be restored. We hear more in this report.
Major intersections in central Hong Kong transformed into front lines as violent confrontations between riot police and pro-democracy protesters escalated throughout the day. The fighting was near the Legislative Council headquarters, where the proposed extradition law was due to be debated. But the government session was postponed because legislators couldn't avoid the protesters to get into the building or anywhere close. Late in the afternoon, riot police fired tear gas and pepper spray at the protesters, then rubber bullets.
So right now what you're seeing is this is one of the main areas where this confrontation between police and the protesters has been going on. What's amazing is the communication between the protesters. Now that this has happened here, this tear gas is here, they're going to roll back and then they're going to tell everyone well behind that this has happened, so everybody will push back. Like, look how quickly this is cleared out.
From early in the morning, protesters blocked roads leading to the Central District, the heart of Hong Kong.
Well,
Well, we're here to save Hong Kong. We have to save the rule of law, and then we have to make sure that one country, two systems commitment is being bringing on and to continue and not to lose Hong Kong. I'm sad, I'm frustrated, I'm angry, I'm everything. We are here, and then we will stay until this evil law is going away.
The so-called one country, two systems were freedoms guaranteed in the treaty when colonial rulers Britain handed over Hong Kong to China in 1997. One of the organizers of Sunday's Million People March demanded the government scrap the extradition law. China's leaders say the law is necessary to close a legal loophole which allows suspected criminals to escape prosecution. As protesters built barricades, government leaders issued a warning.
The Hong Kong government is calling on protesters who are blocking roads to return to the pedestrian sidewalks as soon as possible so traffic can resume. I'm also urging protesters to stay calm, disperse peacefully, and not test the law.
But the protesters are testing the law, and it's looking like they are digging in, preparing to stay. Images reminiscent of the umbrella pro-democracy movement 5 years ago when protesters blocked off the central business district for 11 weeks.
Well, that's the news. Sport is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Carrez Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Carrez Distribution Limited.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnisville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
The local weather forecast, it is partly cloudy, winds variable at 4 kilometers per hour, temperatures 27.4 degrees Celsius, relative humidity is 81%. The barometric pressure is 1015.0 millibars, 24-hour rainfall 1.8 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature is 29.7 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature is 23.1 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 6:31 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow at 5:38 a.m. The forecast, it is fair to partly cloudy and breezy at times with a few scattered showers. The synopsis, a weak tropical wave will be approaching the islands.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Welcome to Finishing and Furnishing, where a warm and friendly staff awaits you. At Finishing and Furnishing, you feel like you're in a home away from home. You will find a wide range of bedroom, living room, and appliances displayed in a stunning setting. When dealing with furniture, you need to take into consideration the colors of your room. That's why at our Penta Studio, we supply the best in interior and exterior paints. Have wooden furniture? Well, we also have stains, sealers, lacquers to get that matte or gloss finish of your desire. So give us a call at 457-2206 and come on down to Finishing and Furnishing today and start building the home of your dreams.
Search for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner. Turn your own keys. Set for life.
Welcome to the evening sports. We heard that David Warner scored his first international century since serving a year-long ban for his part in the ball tampering scandal in Australians' 10th 41-run World Cup victory over Pakistan. Warner transformed from the man who struggled in Sunday's defeat by India, bruised his way to 107, with captain Aaron Finch also clubbing 82. Australia should have posted more than their 307 all out, only to lose their last 6 wickets for 30 runs thanks to mainly to Mohammad Amer's 5 for 30. Facing a more reachable target than they would have once fed, Pakistan were well placed at 136 for 2 when their own collapse of 4 for 24 struck the life from the chase. Hassan Ali hammered 32 from 15 balls and Wahab Rezat 45 from 39 balls, but after Wahab was given out caught behind on the review of Michael Stark, Pakistan were bowled out for 266. Pakistan stay 8th in the 10-team table and move on to play arch rivals India at Old Trafford on Sunday, knowing that another defeat will go a long way to ending their involvement in the ICC World Cup. Australia joined New Zealand at the top on 6 points, having played a game more than the Kiwis. And the Golden State Warriors stayed alive in the NBA Finals after edging the Toronto Raptors 106-105 in Game 5 on Monday night. Despite losing Kevin Durant to injury in the second quarter, the Warriors stopped the Raptors from claiming their first championship. Kyle Lowry was one shot away from sealing a 4-1 series victory and a maiden title for the Raptors. However, he failed to sink a last-gasp three-pointer. Instead, the Warriors returned to Oracle Arena on Thursday, only trailing 3-2 in their bid for a three-peat. Kawhi Leonard finished with 26 points and 12 rebounds. His personal 10-0 run in the fourth quarter was crucial for the Raptors down the stretch. 5 other Raptors were double-digit scorers, but it was not enough to stop the two-time defending champions. Steph Curry led all scorers with 31 points on 5 successful three-pointers. He was trailed by Klay Thompson's 26 points and 7 three-pointers, while Draymond Green flirted with a triple-double once again. And here at home, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Netball Association has named a 12-member team for the upcoming Eastern Caribbean Central Bank Organization of the Eastern Caribbean States International Netball Series here in SVG from the 15th to the 21st of June at the Annisvale Sports Complex. The team is led by Mary Ann Frederick as captain, Shalicia Davis, Josiane Antoine, Kemisha Antoine, Shanika Deschong, vice captain, Narissa Delplesh, Shanice Daniel, Zimfori Millington, Kiwana Charles, Suzette Edwards, Jamari Kwashi, and Mia Durand. 3 reserves have also been selected: Keishon Loman, Kalicia Barber, and Zanil James. The team will be managed by Doris Mackey, president of the SVG Netball Association, with Vasha Adams, the coach, and Woodrow Williams, the trainer. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stars Pharmacy, Massey Stars Pharmacy, where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
The body moves in many expressive ways. The freedom of movement is often taken for granted until that freedom is restricted by pain. Myers Pain Kill Gel is scientifically formulated to alleviate muscle and joint inflammation. With this gel, you can target the pain in areas where it's needed the most. Bring the joy of movement back into your life with Myers Pain Kill Gel. Available at leading stores and pharmacies in SVG.
Hey, are you elderly, disabled, physically immobile? Don't want to be a burden to anyone? Maybe you just need a ride to your next doctor's appointment? Fed up of asking for favors? Well, did you know that there's a company operating in St. Vincent and the Grenadines that will take you from your home to any medical facility on the island? Well, now you know. Island-wide medical transportation services offers door-to-door assistance no matter your situation. Just call us at 456-6442 and ask about our discount membership packages today. Island-wide medical transportation services, where your health and safety come first. Located in Arnesville at the Manor Complex.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grounds 453-2089.
Persons with TB, sneeze, or cough, healthy persons nearby breathe in the droplets and the bacteria can lodge in their lungs. People with weakened immune systems such as HIV/AIDS, alcohol and drug users, smokers, children, and the elderly are most susceptible. Persons with a cough should take precautions when in contact with persons in public places. Cover your mouth when sneezing and coughing. Visit your doctor or health center. You must complete your treatment. TB can be cured even with HIV. Be responsible. Help stop the spread of TB and HIV. Protect yourself and others.
Pete is a perfectionist and a profound performer who perseveres proudly, procuring a promotion per annum. Meanwhile, Freddie frustratedly fumbles to figure out his own formula for fulfillment. Pete preserves his prime physical condition by picking at perfect produce, perfecting posture while pumping ponderous poundages, pursuing personal peace, and prudently purchasing prime sleeping apparatus. Your best day starts tonight with a Sleep On It mattress from Quartz.
Welcome back. In more sporting news now, we hear that an 18-member St. Vincent and the Grenadines team has been selected for the 2019 Windward Islands Under-19 Cricket Championship, scheduled for Dominica later this month. The squad includes Jahil Walters, Kamalo Kane, Irvin Warrican Jr., Keishon Lewis, Javuel Edwards, Zephroy Bob, Zinrod Walker, Devon Peters, O.J. Matthews, Romando Mars Brown, as well as Luke Wilson. Also included are Renaldson Hillocks, Kyle Bob, Solomon Bascom, Kimrod Stowe, Tishon Pope, and Dan Wayne Batiste. Panel Brown is manager and Kenroy Martin is the coach. System 3 Central Kingston combined beat Korea Wakanda A3 yesterday afternoon in the Kirk De Silva St. Vincent and the Grenadines Football Federation Expos SVG Maricourt Village Football Championships at the Cane End playing field. Last weekend, Adams beat West Kingston 2-0. Richmond Platte defeated Cane End 4-2 and Lodge Village Seal a 3-1 victory over Mount Pleasant. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Stay with us.
Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah, live it, love it, embrace it.
This is Jake's Kitchen, the most trendy place to customize your kitchen in all of SVG. And when we say trendy, you better believe it's hot. Cause we've got the latest in stylish kitchen accessories and fittings at astonishingly available prices. Guaranteed to make your kitchen bling bling. And our new arrivals will do just that. Step up to our showroom, upstairs Caribbean Glass in Kingstown, and make your kitchen the envy of all. When you're customized by Jake's Kitchen, you don't keep up with the neighbors. Oh no, the neighbors better keep up with you.
A funeral is considered as a last goodbye. The memories are for you, the family and loved ones. Joseph the Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home sympathizes and understands the grieving process. They go the extra mile, offering counseling, private funeral, chapel service, night viewing and church service, along with other services expected at a professional funeral home. Visit the office at Mesopotamia. A warm, modern, and customer-friendly environment awaits you. Joseph the Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home, offering affordability in time of need. We are here. We care.
Carrie can't seem to catch a wink and is craving a catnap. Meanwhile, Mary marvels at the majesty of her Monday morning, masterfully making multiple meals for many miners, mindfully making the most of every moment, making ready to move mountains and mustering the masses to march out the door on time. Concurrently, Carrie clumsily corrals the kids to carry on to class as Mary muses on memories of purchasing her marvelous mattress. Your best day starts tonight with a Sleep On It mattress from Quartz.
And now for a second look at the headlines. SVG welcomes Ghana President today and continues to celebrate securing a seat as a non-permanent member on the UN Security Council. No extension of Venezuelan registration in Trinidad and Tobago as the country's Attorney General warns of the migrants are linked to certain crimes in the country. Hong Kong extradition bill debate delayed after massive protests. And in sports, David Warner hit century as Australia beat Pakistan in ICC World Cup. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Rochelle Batiste. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They call General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Do you suffer from pain in your back, knees, or joints and need effective pain relief? Get your life back with Omega XL, a natural, safe, anti-inflammatory supplement. This small soft gel has up to 22 times more omega-3 free fatty acids than fish oil and is backed by 30 years of clinical research.
I can just tell you from my experiences, there's nothing like this Omega XL.
Live the life you deserve and get the relief you need. Get Omega XL now at your local pharmacy.
26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to run for functions. Secure parking, great ambiance. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your function with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal. Convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal. The cruise ship terminal.
This season, experience all the sports you love. Whether on a large screen or a mobile device, you've got the best seat in the house. Share the moment with you and your family from wherever you are with the latest products from Quartz. Get it now with Ready Finance. Don't miss a moment of the action. It's Sports Mania at Quartz, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.